So fourth graders, I know that you have given Reteach 19.4 your best shot. Remembering that we can visualize the model as one way and absolutely find equivalent fractions to make sure we are correct. All right, so let's go over this. Now, I know a few of you might be able to see right away because you have that good visual memory of the fraction model, but I'm going to show you the harder way because a lot of times we will have to know how to make those equivalent fractions. So let's see how you did on Reteach 19.4. If I'm comparing fourths and eighths, I know I can take my fourths into eighths. Times 2 is my fancy one, so 6/8 is bigger than 1/8, or 3/4 is. The next one, I know I can take my thirds and turn them into ninths. Times 3, and 1/3 then is larger. I can take my little fifths with a quick multiplication. Times 2, and see that that is 3/5 is larger. That would be a hard one to compare with just visualizing the model because they are so close together, so that using equivalent fractions is the better choice to check. This is number 4 is one of the harder ones because I can't turn 6 into 8 using multiplication, but I have to figure out what's a common multiple. Well, some of the multiples of 6 are 6, 12, 18, 24. I'm going to stop because I know also that 24 is also a multiple of 8. So I'm going to turn both fractions, make equivalent fractions to 24th. Notice I am putting them on my paper. I'm not going to try to hold them in my head and get all mixed up. 6 times 4 is 4. 2 times 4 is 8. 8 times 3 is 24. 3 times 3 is 9. Look how close those are, but the original 3/8 is larger than 2/6. You probably would have got that wrong if you did not make equivalent fractions. Don't get them wrong. Here we go, 3/8. Oh, I know that 8 times 2 is 16. If I multiply 2 in the bottom, 3 times 2 is 6. I see that actually they are equal in this case. Number 6. Can you turn 7 into 35 with multiplication? Absolutely. My fancy one is times 5 times 5. So that's a equivalent fraction of 25/35, and you can see that 28 of them is greater than something that's equal to 25 of those size pieces. Again, number 7 is a challenging one because I can't turn the smaller 5 into a 6 using multiplication. But I know the multiples. 6, 12, 18, 24, 30. 30. Aren't all the multiples of 5 end in 5 or 0? So 30 is what we would call the common denominator or shared multiple. And think of your fancy one, times 6 times 6 times 5 times 5. Now that I've renamed them both with 30ths, I can see that this one is larger. It is, if you read it from left to right, it would be 4/6 is less than 4/5. Next one, another challenging one. And maybe you could visualize this one, but if we want to make find the common denominator, we can always use 6 times 7. That was always a common one if you multiply the both together. Times 7 times 7 times 6 times 6. So I can see that 3/6 is greater. Now, what if I'm ordering them? Always want, what are the directions? Greatest to least. Make sure you're following directions so you don't get all 8 wrong. Here we go. Oh boy, I am going to, on this one, I could turn them all into 30ths, but I know that 6ths are smaller than 5ths, and 3/5 is more than 1. So this time I'm kind of visualizing it. I want to know greatest to least, so I would do 3/5, I would do 1/5, and 1 little 6th. This one, I'm going to quickly rename my 4 into making it into eighths, times 2 times 2, greatest to least, 5/8, 4/8, 1/4. Did you notice I'm using the original black fractions? Number 11. Since I only need to change one of them, I can do that really quickly, times 2 times 2, and then I'll know I get it right. I need to go from greatest to least, so I have 3/6, 1/3, 1/6. I always look at the odd one. 7's odd, but I know I can do times 3 times 3. Notice I'm not writing the 3, but I'm multiplying in my head 2 times 3. Greatest to least, 7 21s, 2 7ths, 3 21s. I hope you're catching on. Which one would you change here? Did you rename 1/5 as 2/10? And then you're checking to follow the directions. You have 4/10, 3/10, and 1/5. Next one. Okay, let's give it a try. I think I know the answer, but I want to make those equivalent fractions, and it's not hard to do because it's just a quick multiplication. Times 2 times 2 times 2 times 2. What's the greatest one? 11 12ths, 5 6ths, and 2 6ths. Couple more. Can my 5 be turned into a 25 using multiplication? Absolutely. 5 times 5 times 5. What's the greatest one? 12 25ths. Sorry about that. 2 5ths, 5 25s. Now this one, oh, I know I can take my 9. That's the first thing I ask. Can I turn this 9 into an 18? Absolutely, and it's not hard to do. Why not? Because you know your multiples of 2, or you know how to multiply by 2. 9 times 2, 5 times 2 is 10. 9 times 2 is 18. 6 times 2 is 12. What is the biggest amount now that I can compare all those 18ths? Well, something that was 6/9, 5/9, 1/18. So although sometimes you can visualize those models and maybe get them right doing it that way, making a quick equivalent fraction using that multiplying by a fancy 1 is a great way to do it as well. Make sure you're multiplying and not just writing the number down. So take a good look at this paper. Hope you did well. And your assignment now is to complete practice 19.4, and I believe that we are asking you to submit this for a grade today, so please make sure it's nice and dark. Notice my marks are bigger and darker than the actual circle so that when you send it to your teacher, we can clearly see the answers, and I hope you do really well. Reach out for some help from your teacher if you need it. Thank you. Have a great day, everybody.